A desolate, snow-covered landscape stretches endlessly. Elara, beautiful yet haunted, is escorted by 2 pack guards. The wind howls across the frozen expanse as they traverse the border. Elara's forlorn figure is small against the vast, indifferent backdrop. The Blackwood pack awaits, a dark silhouette on the horizon. The great hall looms, shadows dancing in the dim light. Alpha Kael watches, his gaze intense and unreadable. Elara enters the imposing hall, her footsteps echoing in the vast space. Kael's face is a mask of coldness, his powerful presence filling the hall with unwelcoming energy. The air crackles with unspoken tension as Elara and Kael face each other across the dimly lit hall. Inside Kael's dimly lit study, shadows writhe on the walls, reflecting the tension. Kael stands imposingly, a figure of dark authority against the flickering light. Elara faces him, her expression an enigma, a mask concealing her thoughts. Kael's voice cuts through the silence, a cold declaration. "You are here to serve a purpose." His words hang heavy in the air, not to be welcomed. In a sparsely furnished room, Elara sits on the bed's edge, her small frame trembling with silent sobs. Tears stream down her face, each one mirroring the harsh light of a bare bulb. Her hands clutch a worn blanket, the knuckles white with a desperate grip. The weight of her new life crashes down, suffocating her in its relentless grip. The stark room amplifies her isolation, each shadow a testament to her solitude. Her shoulders shake, a silent storm raging within the confines of her small body. Sunlight paints the forest floor as Elara seeks solace, her footsteps hushed by the ancient woods, a quiet desperation in her eyes. Deeper in the forest, she finds a lone wolf, its fur matted with crimson, a soft whimper escaping its bloodied muzzle. Kneeling beside the injured creature, Elara hesitates, her touch cautious as she assesses the severity of its wounds. Her fingers gently probe, a silent promise of aid passing between the woman and the suffering beast. The forest watches, holding its breath as Elara offers comfort, a tender connection forged in the heart of Blackwood Pack lands. Shadows dance in the great hall as Blackwood Pack members gather, their faces etched with concern and distrust. Hushed whispers fill the air, each word a sharp dart aimed at Elara, questioning her place and her worth. Doubt hangs heavy, a palpable tension tightening the room as glances are exchanged, filled with unspoken fears. The weight of their disdain for Elara threatens to shatter the fragile unity of the pack. Their voices, though lowered, carry the unmistakable sting of betrayal and suspicion, poisoning the very air. Elara enters the Blackwood Pack house kitchen. The pack cook pauses, surprised by Elara's unexpected arrival. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating the warm kitchen. Elara offers a hand, her kindness a stark contrast to the pack's expectations. A silent offer of help hangs in the air, shifting the kitchen's atmosphere. Under the open sky of the Blackwood lands, Kael's commanding presence dominates the training grounds. Sunlight catches the honed muscles of his bare torso as he barks orders, his voice echoing. Each word is a lash, driving the pack to their limits. Elara watches from the shadows of the tree line, partially concealed. Her eyes are fixed on Kael, observing his raw strength and unwavering leadership. A flicker of admiration sparks within her gaze, betraying a hidden emotion. Bathed in candlelight, Elara sits in her room, a sanctuary of quiet amidst the unknown. Her brow is furrowed in concentration as she pores over the pages of an ancient book. Each word is a step towards grounding herself, seeking a familiar shore in a sea of change. The soft glow dances across her face, highlighting the determination in her eyes. In this haven, she seeks normalcy, a delicate balance between her past and her uncertain future. Crystal chandeliers cast a harsh light on the Blackwood Pack's great hall, reflecting off silverware and strained faces. At the head of the long table, Elara sits rigid, a solitary figure amidst the bustling formality. Unnoticed, she picks at her food, her expression a mask of quiet resignation hiding turmoil. The polished table stretches before her, a barrier between her and the oblivious guests. Sunlight dapples through the forest canopy, casting an ethereal glow on a secluded clearing in the Blackwood Packlands. Elara kneels, her touch gentle as she tends to a wounded wolf, her movements filled with a quiet compassion. A serene understanding passes between Elara and the wolf, a silent dialogue unfolding in the heart of the woods. The wolf's eyes reflect trust as Elara continues to care for its wounds, a fragile connection forming between them. Elara's gaze softens, revealing a growing affection for the creature, her heart opening to the wild. In the tranquil forest, their bond deepens, a testament to the unspoken language of kindness and mutual respect. In Kael's dimly lit study, Elara enters, a mysterious bundle of herbs clutched in her hands. She extends the offering towards Kael, the herbs a silent plea in the tense atmosphere. Kael's eyes widen slightly at the sight of Elara, his expression a mix of surprise and curiosity. His gaze flickers between Elara's earnest face and the enigmatic herbs she presents. The air thickens with unspoken questions, the herbs a pivotal offering in the dimly lit study. Elara sleeps restlessly, her serene face hiding inner turmoil. Memories of her old pack swirl behind her closed eyelids. Familiar faces flicker, a bittersweet kaleidoscope of the life she left behind, washing over her in waves. Landscapes of her past dance in her dreams, a poignant symphony of longing and loss. The weight of her old life lingers, a silent echo in the quiet of her room, as she seeks solace in sleep. Beside the flowing river, Elara sits in tranquil solitude, a notebook open, her hand gliding across the page. Sunlight dapples the Blackwood lands as Elara captures the essence of the wilderness in her sketch. From afar, Kael watches her, his expression unreadable, a silent observer in the vast landscape. The gentle murmur of the river provides a soundtrack to their unspoken exchange, a dance of observation. Elara pauses, a faint smile playing on her lips, as if sensing Kael's watchful presence nearby. Inside the great hall, flickering torches cast dancing shadows on the faces of werewolves, a silent anticipation filling the air. Kael, the Alpha, stands tall at the head of the massive oak table, his presence commanding, his gaze piercing. A hush falls over the gathered pack as Kael clears his throat, the sound echoing in the vast hall. Tonight, we usher in a new era for the Blackwood Pack, Kael declares, his voice resonating with power and promise. An era of understanding, of collaboration, of progress, he continues, the weight of his words hanging heavy in the air. In the heart of the Blackwood Pack House, Elara guides the pack cook through a new recipe, flour dusting the air like a gentle snow. Elara gestures, demonstrating the delicate balance required as she says, "See, it's all about the timing with the spices." Elara warns, "A little too much, and it overpowers the whole dish." The pack cook nods in understanding, her face lighting up with newfound knowledge. "I understand now." Gratitude shines in the cook's eyes as she thanks Elara. "Thank you, Elara. I've been doing it wrong for so long." Elara smiles reassuringly. "It's my pleasure. I am glad I could help." Her words filling the kitchen with warmth. Under the open sky of the Blackwood Pack lands, Elara watches Kael train, her gaze filled with unspoken understanding. Muscles strain as Kael pushes his limits, each movement precise, mirroring a life of dedication and discipline. Elara's expression is a mix of respect and concern as she observes his relentless pursuit of perfection. The training grounds resonate with the sounds of exertion, a testament to the challenges faced and overcome. In the vast expanse of the Blackwood lands, their silent connection speaks volumes of their shared burdens. In the dimly lit room, Elara sits hunched over a wooden desk, the desk lamp casting long shadows across the cluttered space. Her brow furrowed in concentration, she carefully pens a letter, each stroke filled with longing and determination. "Dear family, another month has passed," she writes, her voice echoing softly in the quiet room. The days blur together. It's lonely here, but I try to stay strong. I hold on to the hope that one day I'll be back home with you again. Sunlight paints the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow, creating an ethereal beauty. A hidden grove reveals itself, untouched by the harshness, a sanctuary of peace amidst the wild. Wildflowers explode in vibrant colors, painting the grove with hues of joy and resilience. A gentle stream weaves through moss-covered rocks, its murmuring song a soothing balm to the soul. Tranquility reigns supreme in this secret haven, a stark contrast to the Blackwood Packlands. The great hall buzzes with life. A grand celebration unfolds under the shimmering chandeliers. Amidst the revelry, Elara stands as an outsider, overwhelmed by the boisterous laughter and loud music. Her eyes scan the room, a silent plea for escape from the suffocating celebration. Across the crowded hall, Kael's eyes lock with hers, a spark of understanding igniting between them. He sees her unease, a shared moment of quiet amidst the joyous chaos. Dim light pools around a sketchbook in Kael's study, the silence broken as Kael enters. Elara sits at the desk, pencil in hand, lost in her art, unaware of Kael's arrival. Kael's voice breaks the quiet. "Elara? What are you doing here?" Elara looks up, replying softly, "Just sketching. Couldn't sleep." Sunlight filters through the trees, dappling the serene riverbank of Blackwood Packlands. Elara stands at the water's edge, lost in thought as the river whispers secrets. Kael approaches, his gaze drawn to Elara, a silent admiration in his eyes. He pauses, a respectful distance maintained, yet his presence shifts the atmosphere. His eyes meet Elara's, a flicker of something beyond duty igniting in his gaze. The air thickens with unspoken emotions as their silent exchange unfolds. Torches blaze in the great hall, shadows dancing on the faces of assembled werewolves, the air thick with unspoken threats. Kael, broad and fierce, confronts a snarling challenger. His presence, a bulwark against rising chaos. Whispers ripple through the tense hall, a prelude to open conflict as the packs stand on the brink of war. Elara, usually reserved, steps boldly forward, drawing every eye, her unexpected move silencing the hall. Under the watchful gaze of the morning sun, Elara steps onto the Blackwood Pack training grounds. Long shadows stretch across the field as she prepares to join the pack, her expression focused. Elara engages in rigorous training, her movements precise and powerful. Her strength surprises the onlookers, each strike delivered with unwavering determination. The pack watches Elara, a mix of awe and respect growing with each display of her formidable skill. Moonlight paints Elara's room in soft shadows, the silence broken only by the old house's gentle sighs. Lost in thought at the edge of her bed, Elara is consumed by her growing feelings. Kael's image dominates her mind, a silent whisper in the quiet of the night. Her heart stirs with a bittersweet melody only she can hear. In Kael's dimly lit study, shadows swirl around the rich wood, casting an air of mystery. Kael and Elara face each other, the silence thick with unspoken tension. Kael's expression is a complex mix of admiration and veiled calculation. His eyes gleam in the dim light, hinting at hidden intentions. "I admire your resilience, Elara," Kael says, his words hanging heavy in the air. Sunlight streams through the dense canopy, painting the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow. Elara and Kael stand within the ancient Blackwood lands. The weight of unspoken feelings hangs heavy in the air, thick and palpable between them. Their closeness is a silent question, a delicate dance of longing beneath the watchful trees. The forest holds its breath, awaiting the next beat of their hearts. The great hall bursts with warmth and joyous laughter, a beacon against the night. Pack members gather, their faces lit by the celebratory atmosphere honoring Elara. Banners bearing the proud Blackwood crest adorn the ancient stone walls. Tables groan under the weight of a lavish feast, a testament to abundance and unity. The air buzzes with anticipation, a night of revelry stretching out before them. Every corner of the hall pulses with life, celebrating strength, and loyalty. In a stark room under a bare bulb, shadows dance around Elara as she sits on a worn cot, a crumpled letter in her trembling hands. The flickering light reveals the lines of sorrow etched on her face as she stares at the thin, worn paper. Her heart clenches with each word, tracing the familiar handwriting that once brought comfort, now only pain. Their words are hollow now, she thinks, a chilling echo in the silent room. Regret cannot undo what is done. Sunlight paints the riverbank as Kael and Elara sit in contemplative silence, the weight of unspoken words hanging heavy between them. Kael's weathered hands send a stone skipping across the water, each ripple echoing the turmoil within him. I wasn't always like this, Elara. Hardened, distant, Kael admits, his voice raspy with regret. He continues, a haunted look in his eyes. My father, any sign of weakness, was unacceptable. Things I don't like to remember, Kael whispers, his gaze lost in the flowing river. Things I try to forget. Chandeliers blaze, illuminating a sea of swirling gowns and sharp suits in Blackwood Packhouse's great hall. Music swells as couples dance, lost in the enchantment of the night. Kael, handsome and resolute, makes his way through the crowd, his eyes fixed on Elara. Elara, caught between apprehension and longing, is approached by Kael. Elara, would you do me the honor of a dance? In Kael's dimly lit study, passion ignites. Elara and Kael, drawn together, lost in a deep embrace. A kiss seals their connection, intense and consuming. The Blackwood Packhouse fades as their worlds collide. Their fervent kiss speaks volumes. A night of whispered promises begins. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy as Elara and Kael journey into the ancient heart of Blackwood lands. Side by side, they tread the winding forest trails, their footsteps silent on the mossy earth. A shared smile passes between them, a silent language spoken in the dappled light. Comfortable silences weave around them, each step deepening the bond between Elara and Kael. The ancient forest watches, a silent witness to their growing connection amidst the whispering trees. Torches flicker, casting shadows across the great hall, as the rival pack storms in, their eyes glinting with malice. Elara and Kael stand ready, their silhouettes framed by the torchlight, determination etched on their faces. A whirlwind of fur and claws erupts as the battle begins. Snarls and growls fill the air as Elara and Kael meet the attackers head-on. The hall becomes a battleground, a symphony of fury and desperation echoing through the ancient stone walls. Inside the Blackwood Packhouse infirmary, Elara tends to Kael's wounds, a gentle touch against the harsh reality of his gashed arm. Kael's face is pale, a canvas of pain, yet his gaze remains fixed, unwavering, upon Elara. With focused precision, Elara dabs antiseptic on a particularly deep cut, the sting, a stark contrast to her soft touch. The air hangs heavy with unspoken tension, a silent dialogue passing between them amidst the sterile environment. Each movement is deliberate, a dance of care and concern as Elara navigates the delicate task of healing. His steady gaze meets hers, a silent acknowledgement of the pain, and a shared moment of connection. Firelight flickers in Kael's study, casting dancing shadows among the ancient books. Kael kneels before Elara, his gaze intense with love and unwavering resolve. The warmth of the fire reflects in his eyes, highlighting the gravity of the moment. A beat of silence as Kael prepares to utter the question that will change everything. His voice, soft yet firm, cuts through the quiet. Elara, will you be my queen? The unspoken question hangs heavy in the air, awaiting Elara's answer. Sunlight streams through the forest canopy, illuminating Elara and Kael, standing radiant before a wildflower altar. Elara, in a flowing white dress, and Kael, handsome in dark attire, stand as one amidst the ancient trees. Ribbons and garlands adorn the surrounding trees, whispering promises of love and unity in the gentle breeze. Pack members gather, their faces alight with joy and anticipation. A community bound by shared hope. The air is filled with the scent of pine and earth, a natural symphony celebrating their sacred union. A soft breeze rustles the leaves, carrying whispered blessings through the Blackwood Pack lands. Torches flicker, casting dancing shadows on the great hall's rough-hewn walls as the Blackwood Pack gathers. Laughter and music explode in the air, celebrating the union of Elara and Kael. Tables groan under the weight of food and drink, a feast for werewolves in human guise. Joyous werewolves revel in the warm atmosphere, their eyes gleaming in the torchlight. In Kael's dimly lit study, shadows dance among the towering shelves, casting long, silent glances upon ancient secrets. Elara and Kael face each other across the ornate desk, the heavy scent of old paper and untold stories filling the air. The unspoken words hang thick between them, an invisible burden weighing down the fate of Blackwood Pack. A palpable tension fills the room, their expressions reflecting the gravity of the decisions that lie ahead. Each glance carries the weight of responsibility, the silent promise to protect their pack etched in their eyes. Sunlight filters through the canopy as Elara and Kael walk, their hands intertwined, a silent vow in the ancient forest. The forest floor, a tapestry of fallen leaves and hidden roots, mirrors the complex path ahead for the Blackwood Pack. Each step echoes with the weight of their shared responsibility, their unity, a beacon amidst the whispering trees. Elara's eyes reflect determination, Kael's a steady resolve. As they navigate the path, guardians of their land, the ancient trees stand as silent witnesses, their gnarled branches reaching out like protective arms over the united pair. In the Blackwood Pack House's great hall, shadows swirl, enhancing Elara's commanding presence under the moonlit windows. Elara's jawline is set with resolve as she prepares to challenge the pack's deeply rooted traditions. The filtered moonlight casts long shadows, emphasizing the weight of her decisions. She stands firm, ready to implement new policies that champion the women of the pack. Elara's commanding presence dominates the training grounds as she demonstrates a swift, precise fighting technique. Pack members mirror Elara's movements, their efforts echoing through the open space. The air crackles with exertion, each breath a testament to their rigorous training. The thud of bodies hitting the ground punctuates the scene, a harsh reminder of the stakes. Sweat glistens as Elara surveys her pack, her gaze sharp and assessing. Under the warm glow of a desk lamp, Elara and Kael pore over maps in Kael's study. The air is thick with the scent of old paper and desperate hope. Documents and research materials are strewn across the desk, a testament to their tireless efforts. Elara traces a line on a weathered map, her brow furrowed in concentration. Kael leans in, his gaze intense as he studies a particular passage. They work in unison, each movement precise, driven by the urgency of the pack crisis. Elara and Kael sit in contemplative silence on the Blackwood Pack riverbank, the sun dappling through the trees. The river whispers past, mirroring the vast, cloud-streaked sky above. Their gazes are drawn to the distant shore, lost in thought, each a solitary figure amidst the tranquil landscape. A moment of shared peace settles between them, a fragile calm in the heart of the Blackwood lands. Flickering torches cast long shadows across the Blackwood Pack House great hall, hinting at secrets and ancient power. Elara stands tall at the head of the long table, her commanding presence filling the dimly lit hall. A sea of pack members listens intently, their faces illuminated by the dancing flames, anticipation in their eyes. Elara's voice echoes with unwavering resolve. The future is not something we wait for. It is something we build. Together. Moonlight paints Elara's room in stark shadows, her figure a silhouette against the window, lost in the night. Her gaze drifts, filled with distant memories of journeys, battles, betrayals, and hard-won victories. Once a pawn, now a leader, she reflects on the path forged through strength and sacrifice. The weight of responsibility settles upon her shoulders, a heavy burden of leadership. Yet, amidst the shadows, a quiet sense of pride flickers within her, a testament to her resolve. Sunlight dapples the forest floor as Elara and Kael venture into the Blackwood Packlands, their faces set with grim resolve. Long shadows stretch and twist around them, mirroring the uncertainty of their mission. They move with caution, every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, heightening their senses. A sudden stillness descends, the air growing heavy with an unspoken threat. Elara and Kael exchange a look, their eyes reflecting a shared understanding of the danger lurking nearby. Torches flicker in the Blackwood packhouse, shadows dancing across faces as the scent of pine mixes with anticipation of battle. Hardened warriors and youthful aspirants sharpen weapons, their movements precise, the air thick with palpable tension. A low growl rumbles through the great hall, a collective expression of readiness resonating amongst the Blackwood pack. Every member, poised and ready, embodies the Blackwood spirit, a formidable force awaiting the coming war. Elara and Kael surge ahead, their forms a dance of lethal grace as they spearhead the Blackwood pack's charge. The battlefield roars as the Blackwood warriors follow their leaders, their ferocity answering Elara and Kael's call. Side by side, Elara and Kael become a whirlwind of perfectly timed strikes, cleaving through the enemy ranks. Each movement is precise, each strike decisive, as they carve a path through the chaos of battle. Their combined strength becomes a beacon, inspiring the Blackwood pack to fight with unmatched valor. Inside the Blackwood packhouse infirmary, Elara moves with gentle grace, a beacon of calm amidst the chaos. Her hands, skilled and compassionate, tend to the wounded, a silent promise of healing in her touch. Bandages litter the tables, stark white against the dark wood, evidence of the fierce battles fought. The scent of herbs mingles with the metallic tang of blood, a pungent reminder of the pack's vulnerability. Elara's focused gaze reflects the weight of her responsibility, her resolve unwavering in the face of suffering. Soft light bathes Kael's study, highlighting Elara and Kael standing close, a silent understanding weaving between them. A shared smile dawns on their faces, reflecting the sweet taste of victory hard won. The air vibrates with the potent energy of their connection, a palpable force in the room. Elara's eyes reflect a quiet triumph, her gaze steady as she looks at Kael. Kael mirrors her sentiment, his expression a mix of relief and profound respect. In the stillness, their bond solidifies, a beacon of hope in the aftermath of conflict. In Blackwood pack lands, Elara and Kael lower a young tree into the earth, their movements mirroring a shared purpose. Hands smudged with soil, they carefully pat down the earth, securing the sapling's fragile roots. A gentle breeze whispers through the ancient forest, as if blessing their earnest endeavor. They rise, their eyes reflecting the sunlight filtering through the canopy, and observe their work. The newly planted tree stands as a symbol, a testament to their unwavering dedication and unity. Torches blaze, painting the great hall in shadows as the Blackwood pack gathers, their laughter echoing through the night. Tables overflow with roasted meats and goblets, a feast celebrating resilience and unity within the ancient hall. Elara stands tall, a regal figure radiating strength amidst the revelry, her presence commanding respect. Beside her, Kael matches her power, an equal in stature and spirit, their bond a cornerstone of the pack. The air vibrates with camaraderie, a hard-won joy palpable as the Blackwood pack savors their shared triumph. In Elara's softly lit room at Blackwood pack, long shadows dance as Elara and Kael stand bathed in a gentle, warm glow. Their eyes meet, a silent language of love and understanding passing between them in the quiet intimacy. Elara's voice, soft yet firm, breaks the silence. "I love you, Kael." Kael responds, his voice full of emotion. "And I love you, Elara," more than words can say. Elara and Kael sit by the riverbank, watching the sun bleed across the sky, painting the Blackwood lands in fiery hues. The river mirrors the sky, its surface alive with shimmering light, reflecting the warmth of their bond. A shared smile dances between them, an unspoken language of love and contentment filling the tranquil air. The golden light bathes their faces, highlighting the lines of time and shared experiences etched upon their skin. As the sun dips lower, they sit in comfortable silence, the river, a witness to their enduring love story. Chandeliers cast a warm glow over the great hall, where Elara stands tall at the head of a polished table. Anticipation and concern mingle on the faces of the Blackwood Pack members gathered around her. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a palpable weight hanging over the assembly. Elara's voice cuts through the silence. Tonight, we address a matter close to many of our hearts. Under the open sky of Blackwood lands, Elara, a figure of strength, oversees the training grounds, her presence commanding respect. Elara demonstrates combat techniques, a dance of power and precision, teaching the young werewolves the art of controlled strength. Young werewolves watch with wide eyes, absorbing every move, every lesson from their revered mentor. Elara's voice echoes through the training grounds, a blend of wisdom and fierce encouragement, shaping the future of the pack. Each word and action from Elara plants the seeds of discipline and unity in the hearts of the next generation of werewolves. Soft lamplight bathes Kael's study, ancient tomes lining the walls, casting long shadows across the room. Elara stands opposite Kael, firelight reflecting in her intense gaze, the silence heavy with unspoken words. Leading isn't easy, is it? Elara asks, her voice soft yet laced with a hint of challenge. Kael turns, his expression a mask of weariness and resolve, the firelight emphasizing the lines on his face. No, it's not, Kael admits, his voice resonating with the weight of his position as pack leader. It's a constant battle between what's right and what's necessary, Kael says, the words hanging in the air. Sunlight dapples the forest floor, as Elara and Kael move through the dense Blackwood forest. A faint whimper pierces the forest silence, halting Elara and Kael in their tracks. Elara parts the ferns, revealing a small, frightened child, lost amidst the trees. Kael kneels, his expression soft, offering a gentle smile of reassurance to the child. Hesitantly, the child reaches out, small fingers grasping Kael's outstretched hand. Elara and Kael exchange a knowing glance, hope flickering in their eyes as they guide the child through the woods. Torches blaze, casting flickering shadows across the great hall's rough-hewn walls, illuminating a scene of rustic warmth. A grand wooden table overflows with food and drink, a beacon of communal feasting amidst the hall's rugged grandeur. Gathered around the table, the Blackwood Pack presents a tapestry of ages and appearances, their faces marked by time. Weathered and worn, their faces reflect strength and resilience, each line telling a story of survival and unity. All eyes turn towards the lost child, their expressions open and welcoming, radiating reassurance and acceptance. A comforting murmur fills the air, a gentle hum of voices weaving a protective embrace around the newcomer. In Elara's room, firelight flickers across rough walls as Elara sits, lost in thought, while Kael watches from the doorway. Elara's voice is soft as she reflects. Family. It's more than just blood, isn't it? Kael responds. It's the people who stand by you, who have your back when the world turns against you. Elara's eyes reflect the flames as she states, the bonds we've forged, they're unbreakable. Kael's resolve deepens as he declares, we protect each other, we fight for each other. The fire crackles, a silent witness to their unbreakable bond. That's what community is all about. Sunlight filters through ancient trees, illuminating Elara and Kael as they stand hand in hand on the Blackwood Pack lands. The Blackwood Pack watches with solemn respect, the scent of pine filling the air around the couple. Kael, before our pack, I renew my vow to you, to stand by your side, to protect you, to love you always, Elara vows, her voice strong. Elara, my heart, I, too, renew my vow to you, to serve you, to honor you, to be your unwavering shield, Kael responds. A murmur ripples through the pack as Elara and Kael exchange a look of profound love, bound by commitment and survival. The great hall buzzes with joy, a sea of werewolves celebrating under the warm glow of candlelight. At the head of the long table, Elara and Kael stand bathed in light, the pack's focus on them. Laughter echoes through the hall, a symphony of happiness and unity among the Blackwood Pack. Glasses are raised high, reflecting the candlelight, as the pack prepares a heartfelt toast. The air crackles with camaraderie, a night of celebration solidifying bonds within the Blackwood pack. Sunlight dapples through the forest canopy, illuminating Elara and Kael as they stand before their attentive wolf children. Elara, a figure of strength and wisdom, gestures towards the towering trees, a silent lesson in her eyes. Kael, sturdy and protective, points to the forest floor, teeming with life unseen, a world of hidden wonders. The young wolves, a mix of playful pups and serious adolescents, watch their parents with rapt attention. Their eyes gleam, reflecting the dappled sunlight, mirroring the ancient wisdom of the Blackwood pack lands. A silent understanding passes between parent and child, a connection woven deep within the heart of the forest. In Kael's dimly lit study, shadows dance across the faces of Elara and Kael as they sit opposite each other at a grand mahogany desk. Ancient tomes and scrolls fill the towering bookshelves, hinting at forgotten knowledge and secrets. The ornate lamp casts a warm glow, highlighting the focused intensity in their eyes. Documents are spread across the desk, each page whispering tales of untold truths and hidden agendas. Elara's expression is serious, her brow furrowed in concentration as she deciphers the text before her. Kael's gaze is unwavering, his presence commanding as he navigates the complex web of information. Under the vast sky of Blackwood lands, young wolves train fiercely, their movements a blur of raw power and nascent skill. Elara and Kael watch from a distance, their eyes reflecting a shared pride in the strength and spirit of their children. Each strike, each leap, is observed with the keen eyes of seasoned warriors, their hearts swelling with hope and expectation. The air crackles with the energy of youthful vigor, the ground vibrating with the force of their dedication. A silent exchange passes between Elara and Kael, a mutual understanding of the future they are shaping with every passing moment. Their children embody the legacy of the Blackwood pack, a testament to resilience, unity, and unwavering determination. Torches flicker, shadows dance across the great hall, where the Blackwood pack gathers in anticipation. Elara stands tall, her commanding gaze sweeping over the assembled members, a leader ready to lead. Beside her, Kael stands as a reassuring presence, a pillar of strength in the heart of the pack. Banners bearing the Blackwood crest hang high, symbols of heritage and power in the torchlit hall. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a mix of hope and uncertainty hanging heavy among them. Each face reflects a shared destiny, bound by blood and loyalty to the Blackwood legacy. Soft moonlight paints Elara's room in silver, shadows dancing like secrets on the walls. Elara and Kael sit close, their shared history a palpable presence in the quiet room. A comforting silence wraps around them, woven with unspoken words and lingering memories. The weight of their past settles like a familiar blanket, warm against the chill of the night. Sunlight paints the Blackwood packlands as Elara and Kael watch their grandchildren, a river of time flowing gently beside them. Their faces, etched with stories, reflect a life of purpose and a legacy firmly rooted in the land. Laughter echoes through the air as the children play, their joy mirrored by the dancing sunlight on the water. In their eyes, a profound contentment, the quiet triumph of love, loyalty, and a future secured for generations. Candlelight bathes the Blackwood Packhouse Great Hall in a warm glow, illuminating faces etched with wisdom. Elara and Kael stand before the assembled pack, their presence commanding respect and hinting at untold stories. A sense of quiet anticipation fills the air, thick with the weight of tradition and the promise of the future. The pack awaits, their eyes reflecting the flickering candlelight and the solemnity of the moment. Sunlight filters through the ancient canopy, painting dappled patterns on the forest floor, as Elara and Kael walk side by side. Their footsteps fall softly on the mossy ground, the quiet rhythm a gentle counterpoint to the rustling leaves. A comfortable silence settles between them, woven with unspoken memories and shared histories. Elara glances at Kael, a subtle warmth in her eyes reflecting the sunlight breaking through the trees. Kael returns her gaze, a hint of a smile playing on his lips, as they continue their walk through the woods. The ancient forest watches over them, a silent witness to their bond and the unspoken stories they carry within. Soft light fills Elara's room, casting long shadows that dance with the quiet intimacy of the night. Elara and Kael move as one, their dance a silent ballad of love and longing. Each step is measured, a poignant echo of moments shared and paths diverging. Their eyes lock, a silent conversation passing between souls intertwined by fate. In the stillness of the room, their embrace speaks volumes, a final testament of devotion. The night deepens, as their dance becomes a memory etched in the heart of Blackwood Packhouse. On a hilltop, Elara and Kael watch as the first light bathes the Blackwood Pack lands. The rising sun paints the landscape in hues of gold and amber, a silent promise of a new day. Elara's gaze sweeps over the vast territory, her expression a mix of pride and quiet determination. Kael stands beside her, his presence a comforting strength as they survey their domain. The hilltop vista symbolizes their enduring legacy, etched against the backdrop of the awakening world. Sunlight floods the great hall, illuminating banners of Elara and Kael, a celebration of lives and legacy. The Blackwood Pack gathers, their faces reflecting solemnity and pride under the watchful eyes of their ancestors. Sigils project onto the far wall, symbols of strength and unity, a visual echo of the pack's enduring bond. The air is thick with the weight of history and the promise of future, a tribute to the Blackwood legacy. Sunlight paints the forest floor as Elara and Kael drift through the ancient woods, their forms shimmering with ethereal light. Translucent figures move in silent unison, forever bound to the land, a gentle whisper among the trees. Their otherworldly presence casts dappled shadows, a dance of light and spirit in the heart of Blackwood Pack lands. Bound together, Elara and Kael's ethereal figures fade into the forest, an eternal dance in a timeless embrace.